and passions were running high inside the courtroom. In his opening remarks, Goetz's attorney called the trial Twilight Zone justice, in which a robbery victim was on trial for defending himself. But the prosecutor called Goetz an unstable man who snapped and became a cold-blooded murderer. And Detroit is struggling with the problem of kids and guns. There have been more than 100 young people shot this year in Detroit. That's caused a citywide crackdown on kids and guns. Today, as NBC's Jim Cummins reports, in every classroom, students, teachers, and parents sat down together to talk about the problem.
Today, all over Detroit, parents went to school with their kids. Jane Ballard with her son Greg, who says every day he's afraid of
just getting shot. Getting shot for no reason, just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, I think that if you're going to school to get an education, you shouldn't have to worry about being shot.
Funerals for teenagers shot to death in Detroit are common. 10 so far this year, 100 others have been wounded. The latest victim, Chester Jackson Jr., shot to death at school by a 14-year-old boy following an argument. His classmates were stunned.
Nobody has to walk around here and be scared they're gonna get shot. It don't make no sense.
Today, the principal at Murray Wright High School pleaded with the students who were sitting in the auditorium with their parents.
Make a pledge to yourself that you will not bring weapons into this school.
And the parents were asked to sign pledges that their children won't leave home with weapons. Sophomore Gerald Finley says that's meaningless.
When your child leaves for school, he can have one stashed out in the garage.
The authorities are also considering metal detectors in all the schools to find weapons. That was tried once before, but abandoned after some people complain such random searches violate personal rights. The state is proposing expanding jail facilities for teenage offenders. Welcome news for Detroit Mayor Coleman Young.
It's not a question of getting tough or throwing the book. The question is making the punishment fit the crime, which hasn't been the case in the past.
The crackdown begins this week with a new, tougher curfew on teenagers and weapon searches at Detroit schools when classes resume Wednesday. Jim Cummins, NBC News, Detroit.
North of Los Angeles this morning in the city of Acton, police ended an all-night siege of a laboratory that was suspected of making the illegal drug PCP. It took tear gas to flush out the owner of the lab, and he was later identified as Walter Todd, who is 93 years old.